check-in, come on, let's go. It's the AM Nasty Big Hello. It's the Saturday AM Radio. It's the Cool Band Red Hot Nielson Show. Let's go. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Everybody tuning in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macromala intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in, he's your dealer for life. Let's crack a 6 o'clock and lager with some sirloin bites.
Oh, snap. Oh, snap. It is the Nielson Show. Look what we found. Look what we found. Tom Gazzola with EST Glue Guy, Jay Milne, YouTube Trev. Joe Belanaski says, YouTube Trev deserves a raise. Where did you find that?
Yeah, just had to pull from one of our other videos that we did, exported it, and then, yeah, we're good to go. So I appreciate that, Belanaski.
Good morning, everyone. Coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio here at EST HQ. It is a Thursday edition of the Nielsen Show. Like I said, Gazzola and Milne with you, and YouTube Trev. He who deserves the raise, according to Joe Belanaski. Good morning. Conch requests, get those in. We don't have the good conch. We have our conch.
Whoa. Let's just back this up a bit. Who says we don't have the best conch ever?
Well, we had some text that came in the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999, be like, I hate that conch.
Well,
We're working with what we got. The boys took their toys and they went home.
when everybody takes the programming keys, you have to work with what you got.
And we're making it work. Look at this. We're 3 days in.
Yeah.
He finds the Christmas 6 o'clock anthem.
YouTube Trev is a national treasure.
He is awesome.
Officially.
Look at
I honestly think this conch is all time.
I agree.
I think it's the best one. So
Yeah,
to the people saying that, yeah,
Let's get this morning started right.
Yeah, with a nice conch. Here we go.
It's the way it ends that you're just like, what is that?
Well, it ends
What
like a
happened
wet
there?
fart.
Yeah, it
I mean,
does.
let's be honest here.
Box Pounder, good morning, says the fading fart conch is the best conch. It's part of the wrinkles that comes with the fill-in crew on the morning show. And we wish Lieutenant Eric good health. He's been under the weather. Dusty recuperating after getting back from Davos. Great work on the Spengler Cup broadcast, of course. And as Joaquin Gage, who filled in the last couple days, put it, this is the bye week. And I was like, yeah, it is. And it's cool. I said it to you when we were off the air. I'm like, it's cool to see you and Gager want to get a crack at the morning show. And I think that this could be a thing.
Well, yeah, I've always said I want to take over from Dusty at some day, and
Yeah.
now it seems to be coming to fruition. So,
Look,
Dusty,
earlier
you
than
can
we
stay
thought.
home.
Yeah, stay home, Dusty. just do two guys.
No.
Yeah.
Sitting on this side, filling in and having you there is much easier. If you put Gager and I together,
Give it time.
okay, I'm just saying it would be as screw loose as it sounds. It would be wild, footloose, and fancy free. Trev would be the elder here, which would be hilarious.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be good. We
But
could do it.
you know what? That's the thing. It's like this station continues to grow, ever evolving, obviously, as well. At the old shop, there was nobody else to do the morning show. It was me. because we only had like Dusty. Eric was a producer and co-host. Now he can be the co-host because he is an absolute personality. He's a gem. We've got Trev in the fold, which is fantastic. Owanik is a producer as well. We're bringing on a practicum student. And then, so at the old shop, it was Dusty, Tide, J-Mo as hosts, Eric, Maddie as producers. We had Jeff as a producer as well. And I was a host. And then Gregor and Connor Halley. And outside of that, like, we had Dan Tensor filling in every now and then, but he's got a full-time work with the Saskatoon Blades. So it was a tight staff, but it is here too. But now, with the EST glue guy, with our analysts looking to take on a little bit more, it's kind of nice.
Fun times.
Fun times. As we roll along on this Thursday edition of the Nielson Show, get those texts in via the Nasty Chat or the Paris Jewelers inbox, 780-218-9999. Local family-owned business with 22 stores across Canada. Do not pay until 2025 with their flexible financing options. Shop in-store or online at www.parisjewelers.com. If it's engagement season, I don't know if it's engagement season. Maybe you want to get something nice for your significant other.
No, if you're getting something,
You
for
did
them,
something wrong?
It
Or it's
it
engagement
needs
season.
to be an engagement ring.
Okay.
Can you imagine if you bring a box of jewelry and it's, a Christmas time and you're in the spirit and you deliver a gold chain?
As an Italian, yes. Yes, I could imagine that.
So,
what are you saying?
I'm just saying, know your timing. Know
Play it
what's
right.
going on. Play it right.
But I suppose like January probably isn't engagement season, or is it?
I think any time can be engagement season. I mean, there's different rhymes, different reasons.
Yeah, good point.
There's anniversaries,
Good point.
dating
Yeah.
anniversaries.
Yes, promise. Are promise rings a thing?
Funny story about a promise ring, Tom.
Please do tell.
So we're out. My wife has a massive ring. Like, it's so big she can't even put
Say
her
it
hand
right,
in her pocket.
though. If you're going to talk about your wife,
My wife.
there we go.
My wife. No, I'm just kidding. But her engagement ring. We were outside and doing some yard work, and she's in the shop, and the doors are open, so I can see her. I'm kind of closer to the house, and she's just standing there, like in shock, looking down at the ground, and I'm like, is she having a jammer? Is April? Does it smell like burning?
Is your left arm okay?
Yeah. Is your face drooping? No, that's not funny.
She's a young lady.
Yeah, she is. She's in great health. Too.
Yes.
But anyways, so she's standing there, and I run over there, freaking out, like, what's the matter? What's the matter? She's like, don't move. And here, the diamond in her wedding ring had fallen out.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Shoot.
So we look at the ring setting and discover that there was only one prong left.
Oh,
So
no.
I don't know when they snapped off or whatever. Check your wife's ring tonight, today, right now. Check it, because this could happen to you. Turns out we ended up this was in the daytime, so we're like, hey, let's figure this out at night. We'll get flashlights out. We'll figure this
It'll
out.
sparkle if you
Yeah,
hit it right.
hoping it'll sparkle. My brother comes over because his wife has lost her diamond ring twice, and he's found it both times.
Nice.
He says, I'm the good luck charm. I'm coming over.
Nice.
So we go and we find it in the barn, like stuck in between two plank pieces of wood, like just a total fluke.
Wow.
And it was like dirty at this point.
Yeah.
My wife just literally, because we retraced her steps. It was nighttime.
Yeah.
So we retraced her steps and went through the barn, and there it was, sitting like
It got caught in between two pieces of wood.
like a giant, like a complete miracle that we found it. So you had asked, do you have a promise ring still a thing?
Yeah.
So that's what she's currently wearing, was the promise ring that I gave her, because we haven't taken it, because we're going to have to change the setting to make it a little bit more hidden, because she's around horses all the time. And so
working.
She's a working lady. Yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, she's a working lady. So yeah,
Damn.
it was stressful, but we found it, and we're going to move on.
Okay.
Glue guy with the humble brag on the jewelry that made furniture money that mad furniture money can get you. That's from Tube Socks. I don't know. If you saw this ring, you'd probably wonder if furniture actually does make money. Tube Socks.
I thought you were being a little bit facetious, but not really pumping your own tires. I'm sure it's a very nice ring, though.
It does the trick. I
would
mean,
think so.
16 years. We were talking about it just before.
Yeah.
16 years of happy marriage. Lovely.
I respect
Strummy
it.
wants a conch.
We could do that, Strumble.
His boy Dylan's having a cup of coffee with this weekend with the U22 team.
Whoa.
Whoa.
All right.
That can't be Michigan goal, boy. Because that was a young little feller.
Yeah. No, let's head up. Bumblebee tune out of Strummy. Here's a conch for you and your boy. Yeah, that hits just right. 780-218-9999, the Paris Jewelers inbox if you want to get a conch in. It only goes till 7. We had someone texting and be like, I can't stand that conch. I get it, but it ends at 7. So get those in for the next 48 minutes. So we do have a great show for you. Luke Gazdic on the way at 7 o'clock, and then 7:40 we'll talk NFL Week 18 with Ian Rapoport, NFL Network Insider. Don't call him NHL Network Insider. Evidently, I did last time he was on. That was you and I.
That was you and I.
With
Yeah,
Ian.
and you did.
My bad.
That's okay.
My bad. I was thinking about NHL. I do work for NHL Network, so
It's
subconsciously I just threw it out there. My bad.
It's fine.
We're in this little lull with Oilers talk, although they're on a 6-game heater, which is great. It has made things calmer. Certainly the waters are calmer. Post-game shows do not have the same fire that they did earlier in the year, which is okay, especially this time of year. But I think the vibe around the Oilers is good. They're back on the ice today. 11 o'clock is the practice time, and they had yesterday off. So, I mean, I think, if you have Oilers questions, get at us in the Nasty Chat or the Paris Jewelers inbox, and we'll answer what we can. And then if you have any questions for Luke Gazdic, fire those our way as well. You're going to say something. I didn't want to cut you off.
No. It was just last time I was on here. We talked about how streaky the Oilers had been because we had that tweet from Reed Wilkins that showed heater, dud, and they'd just come off those three losses on their Eastern trip. And I said, judging by this, it looks like we're ready for another heater. And here we are. Here we are, 6. And now, what's the schedule look like in the next 5? Or they're home for a bit, right?
It's favorable. No, they wrap up.
That's right. January should be a good month for them, right?
Yeah. So this is a brief 2-game homestand. They had Philly. They took care of business against the Flyers team. Flyers team that had been struggling. They had just one win in their last 5 going into that game, but had been a team that was surprising a lot of people around the National Hockey League. So they handled the Flyers, even though the Flyers clawed their way back into that game.
Can I just say how scrappy that Flyers team looked, even in the eyes of defeat? They were pressuring the puck. Like, is that normal for that squad?
Yeah, they're prickly, like their head coach.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
He's just a walking, talking meme. He is like every facial expression he makes, every huff and puff, and then in the press conference after, I think Speck tried asking him a question about what's it like to face off against the best player in the world in Connor McDavid, and he shut him down mid-question.
Yeah, he's like that.
And said, no, I don't want to talk about your team. Only ask me questions about my team. Yeah. That seems a little prickly to me.
Yeah.
I mean, like the players would have to answer questions like that, and if you didn't, you'd be disciplined by the league, wouldn't you?
He skirts around the edges. And the league, because he's been in the league for like 30 years, they give him
They probably
some grace.
don't want to even
I'm
go
sure,
near that guy.
I'm sure they give him a call every now and then and say, John, we know, but please play nice. Like, I said it on the pre- and post-game show the other night. I'm like, he's one of the guys in the league where your team lost and you weren't prepared because you don't watch video and you bragged about it. Oh, that's too bad. Sorry. Like, you're acting like a jerk. So when he has a tough go, I'm just like, that's too bad. And then, you know what, Jay, like, to his credit, there are players that have played for him over the years that are loyal to him and that do appreciate him as a coach. But the way he handles the stuff outside and the media side of it, and listen, I understand, like, media annoys the crap out of people. especially players and coaches. Obviously, some fans hate some members of the media across the National Hockey League. That's natural. That's part of the business. But you don't have to do it that way.
Well, and I could imagine as a player, you'd probably love playing for a coach like that. That
Depends how he handles you away from the spot.
Yeah, and right? I don't, I'm no expert in this by any means, but by all accounts, he seems to be a bit of a player's coach. And by taking a question like that and putting it back on his team, maybe some way trying to protect some of his players. I mean, that was not a bad squad that was on the ice the other night.
No, they're scrappy.
They are.
Like you said.
Surprising.
They don't go down without a fight. That's why they've been a surprisingly okay team. They were third in the Metro Division going into that game. 1 win in their last 6 now. A chance to make the playoffs ahead of schedule, if you will, but he doesn't really endear himself to anybody, and he doesn't care. That's quite evident. But I'm not saying you have to kiss everyone's ass, but he's one of the guys in the NHL where I'm like, I don't care for him.
Doesn't strike me as an ass kisser.
No. He's a paisan that I'm just like, I don't want to deal with.
Oh, he's one of you. So you can talk like that about him? Yeah?
Yeah. I could be like, hey, you want to build a fence? And he'd probably tell me, you build it. I'm like, all right, give me the hammer. I got this.
Finish side to my side, though.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Of course. But schedule-wise, they get the Sens on Saturday. 2-game homestand wraps up. They hit the road all of next week. They're in Chicago Tuesday, Detroit Thursday, Montreal Saturday. Like, Jay, all of these games are quote-unquote winnable. Then they come home. They face off against the Leafs on Tuesday. Leafs have had their struggles, although they beat the Kings the other day. Marty Jones getting the win against his old team. The Kraken on Thursday, the 18th. Then they go to Calgary on the 20th on that Saturday. Come back home, and they get 3 games at home the week of the 21st to the 28th. The Blue Jackets, very winnable game on Tuesday, 23rd. Then they get the Hawks, very winnable game on the 25th. And then day between games, and then they get the Preds. That's an important one because the Preds right now are ahead of them, have been basically all season. Saturday the 27th. That's a 2 o'clock start, by the way.
2 games in the month of January where they're facing an opponent that has a better record than them.
That's right.
So that, I mean, this streak should continue on unless they pull an Oilers and totally screw it up, which, I mean, let's be honest, anybody can see that happening. Andrew's in on the nasty chat. There's a way he can say the same answer about not wanting to talk about the other team without acting like he's about to have a hissy fit.
Yeah, and good point. That's a great way to sum it up.
Yeah.
It's just like, man.
Unnecessary.
It doesn't have to be that way. I'm complaining too much. I feel like it's just I don't appreciate that tact.
Tom, you be you.
Thank you.
You be you. Jay's in on the Paris Jewelers inbox where you can text in at 780-218-9999. And this is not me, Jay. This is another Jay. Remember his dog, Luch, went in for some sort of a procedure?
Oh, Tortorella's. Yeah,
No.
Oh, Jay's dog?
Jay's dog.
Oh.
So we gave him a conch pre-Christmas
Yeah.
because he was going in. Well, he gets his cone off after 2 weeks of it annoying him. Could we get a conch for Luch, the dog?
Yes. Jay and Jocelyn, good morning.
Every time that gets me.
That ending is
love
great.
it.
Vance Van Vandervan via the Paris Jewelers inbox says, I get Torts is a different kind of coach, but I don't think I was feeling the zip-up turtleneck he was rocking the other night. Kind of looked like the equipment manager was filling in for a night. Yeah, he's kind of brought that in.
Was it a turtleneck or a quarter zip?
One or the other, but he's done the casual thing. He's ditched the suits.
It definitely looked weird. It
does look weird.
It looked like AJHL-ish. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
I liked it. I liked the suit. And I desperately hope they stay with that. Because
too,
you see it now, and I just think it's a nice look. I think it's a professional look. I think it's tidy. Jack Del Rio did it with the Jacksonville Jaguars. He was one of the last NFL coaches to do that, and I thought it looked so much swagger, right? And you think back to the old NFL films, and you see these coaches that are rocking a 3-piece suit on the sideline in Miami, just sweating their what's off. There is something to be said about. I'm not saying it. It's maybe more of a romantic thought than anything, that it just brings back the good old look. But you you don't have to wear the 3-piece tie. Like a suit and jacket and tie is fine. I thought and I've said it hand up, that I'm not the hockey guy. I like hockey. I'm not a hockey guy. But I did notice it. My eyes did notice it during the game that something was off there.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just probably another Tortorella thing. But
It is, and there's like no formal rule that says coaches have to wear suits on the bench. There isn't. It's just the kind of the rule of thumb, if you will. The NBA, like a lot, coaches wore suits on the sidelines, and then I think COVID kind of changed that. Remember, they started going to the quarter zip. They look like football coaches now, right? I don't mind the football coach look.
the football coach is okay because it's assembled usually as a team attire, right? I mean, Belichick had the torn sleeves and the hoodie. I don't mind that.
What about Mike McDaniel on the sidelines? He's got his funky looks.
I just don't like Mike McDaniel as a coach.
He's a weird guy, isn't he?
He's a weird dude.
Yeah.
He's he wears that stupid visor. I just don't. I don't like the way he coaches. I don't think he's done any service to any of the coaches or any of the teams that he's head coached. And there's rumor that wherever Belichick goes, he's going to try and get McDaniels back because when McDaniels is under Belichick, there's something to be said about it. Mm-hmm. But you know, I'm not a McDaniels guy.
I wonder what Sean Bell thinks because Bellsy's a huge Dolphins fan, and that loss to Baltimore was rough, man. That was a tough one. They got a beat.
I'm mistaken. I thought you were talking about Josh McDaniel, who got fired by the Raiders.
Oh, right, yeah.
No, Florida McDaniel.
Yeah,
love him.
Oh, that's what. Yeah,
Big
that's
fan.
what I was on.
Sorry, Tommy.
Yeah, my bad.
Hey, we can't all be right every time, guys. It's not easy sitting in this seat.
It's early.
Okay?
It's 6:23 in the morning.
It's only 6:23. But yeah, Sickler got in on the Paris Jeweler inbox. His whole assistants were wearing the same thing too.
Were they really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
it was a united front in that respect. It looked like a black wave across the back of the bench, but
It looked like four equipment managers.
yeah, it said yes. It looked like TD4's was across the whole bench.
TD, Jeff Lang, Brad Harrison, and Chris Davey. Like you see them on the Oilers bench, and like they have the football coach type of look. It's like, what are we doing today? Okay, we're in Arizona, and they pump way more AC than normal. We're going with a little bit of a thicker jacket. They all wear the same, and I think, and that's a look that they do together, and it's very football-esque, which I appreciate. Those guys are the best. I had a great chance to. I worked with them for so long, and they're my favorites. So shout out to those guys. I like that you brought up TD as well.
Yeah, well, he's
Great people.
He's a staple in Edmonton, isn't he?
Dex says, Josh, I thought he said he did it like Mike McDaniel. That's what I meant. Yes, we got it all sorted out, Dex. Thanks for the text. Norman at Combine. What's up, Norm? Good morning. Good morning, Nasties. Have a great day. Norman at Combine. You too, Norm. We need to, Norm, we got to talk about the door still. We'll send him a message because we have that sick metal EST.
That he made.
Yeah, that would be perfect for our entranceway. And Norm said he's going to help us bolt it onto the outside of our offices.
You guys need help with that?
As a...
Like just putting the sign up?
Well, no, because I offered to do it with what resources we have here.
We'll talk after.
And
I may be able to help you.
But
with
we need some drilling done because that's a big piece of metal.
that. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you can help?
Yeah.
Or Norm.
I can. Norm, we'll figure it out.
And I let Awanik handle those things too.
Oh, God, that's not a good thing.
Well,
I don't think he's the guy for the job.
no, but he distributes the work and puts in the formal. He's an email guy.
And he's one-handed. I mean, there's
know.
no way this is happening right now. Hey, Smith TM14's in the chat, the
Hello.
nasty chat. Hey, Tommy, how many Cardinals are in the Pro Bowl?
Probably 0. We'll talk Pro Bowl snubs. Actually, none of them really deserve to be in the Pro Bowl. They
Hey, I'm a
suck.
Commanders fan. I get it.
Yeah, Cardinals suck. And actually, I don't know, like when Kyler Murray came back, I wasn't even excited. I was like, you know what? Just try to get that first overall pick. Idiots.
Couldn't even do that.
Couldn't even do that because they started winning. They beat Philadelphia. Like, I was watching the game the other day, and I was catching the end, and I was like, they might win this. I don't even know if I feel good about it. And then they punched it in, and you know what I did when they punched in that late touchdown? I went like this. And I was out watching the game somewhere, and I kind of looked around, and I'm like, I don't even think I'm happy about this. And I was texting with Derek Van Diest because he's a huge Cowboys fan. So the Cardinals did the Cowboys a solid with that win over Philly. And I was like, well, you got your miracle. And he's like, that's unbelievable. I'm like, how did they do it? I'm like, I don't know. And I don't even like it. So,
well, and then the Cowboys went on and the Lions went on and completely got screw jobbed.
that was crazy.
That's unreal. That's hard.
But Jay, you're a football guy. Like, I know you have to check in.
Mm-hmm.
Why did 3 guys go to the officials? Did they confuse the official? I know Dan Clark was pissed.
No, because the offensive lineman that would normally catch, that has caught passes out of their goal line formation, did not check in.
Right.
But he went to the refs and went to the head ref as if he was going to check in to fool the opposing sideline. When the defensive coordinator is looking at that, he's saying, okay, those 2 linemen have checked in, right?
Only one guy can check in, though, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Only one guy did.
Yeah.
And the right guy did, Decker.
Yeah.
He did check in.
Yeah.
The ref blew it.
So he just said the wrong guy.
What happened was Dan Campbell went over this precisely with them pregame, which you do as a head coach. If you are going to run any trick plays, you go and talk to the referees before the game about it. And say, look, we're going to probably run this trick play, which we're going to have this guy lined up off the line. This guy is going to check in as an eligible receiver. Don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. So that they know that this is coming, because there's a lot going on in the heat of a game. So they know now, hey, we're going to have this guy check in, but there's going to be 3 guys that come to you to make it look like we're going to check in. It was almost too much trickery. I get why they did it, but Decker did check in, and the ref just blew it. They said that ref officiating crew is not going to ref another game for the rest of the year.
Yeah, they got demoted, right?
Good, they should. Think of what that costs the franchise in Detroit. If they win that game, they still have a shot at the number 1 seed, which is home playoffs throughout the whole all the way to the Super Bowl. And I still think that Detroit is a big. They could come out of the NFC.
Wow.
Absolutely. So you're telling me that, sorry, we screwed up. That's not good. For Detroit Lions fans, like, Dusty must be
livid.
Super livid about this.
Yeah.
It's more than just, I screwed it up, you lost this game. There's ramifications that are felt throughout that whole organization that, could cost them millions of dollars. Yes. Literally millions of dollars because of one official's mistake. Yeah. Now, they did own up to it.
Yeah.
But still, I don't like refs. So, sorry, Surveyor Brett. I like you.
I'm with you on that.
But I generally dislike refs.
I'm with you on that. Smith TM14 says, Mike Nolan in San Fran also wore a suit like his daddy, Dick, in 2008. I do remember that. And he made a point of saying, I'm going to withhold and maintain that tradition that my dad set with his coaching days. And I think it was like Nike or Reebok, whoever the sideline apparel provider was at the time. I think it was Nike already at that point. They're like, we're going to make stuff specific for him, which was cool. But he didn't last very long. The 49ers weren't great back then. Oily Sink says, give glue guy doing glue guy things. He's great at it. He's great. He's doing a great job on the morning show. This is his second time on the morning show. He's doing
I
fantastic.
think they're also maybe mentioning that I could glue the sign, like Strummy says, to the door because that's my forte.
You can do it because you're the glue guy. Glue guy, you ready for a sports update? It's that time.
You know what, Tom? I am ready for a sports update.
Here we go, man.
It is time now for a sports update, brought to you by Green Plan, providing you with award-winning environmental planning and consulting services. Whether it's municipal, industrial, or residential, plan it right with Green Plan. Visit greenplan.com, that's green-plan.com, or give them a call at 780-455-4292. Tom, you going to give me some music here, fake music? Yeah. All right, let's go. All right, quiet night in the National Hockey League. Austin Matthews tallied the OT winner as the Leafs beat the Ducks. The Devils managed to double up the Capitals. Nico Hischier with 2 goals in that game. Lane Peterson scored twice as the Bakersfield Condors rallied from a 3-goal deficit in the third period to defeat the Abbotsford Heat in a shootout 6-5.
Oh, sorry. I should have wrote Canucks.
Canucks.
My bad. It was very late when I wrote that script.
Olivier Rodriguez stopped 27 of 32 shots to improve his record to 6-2-3 this season. Thankfully, nobody's talking about him here because we're on a heater, so every problem goes away. Not yet. In WHL action, the Oil Kings continue to ride a heater to 5-0 in their last 6 games after defeating the Kamloops Blazers 3-1. Grayson Sachin had a pair of goals in the victory. The Oil Kings continued their 7-game road trip in Kelowna on Friday before wrapping it up in Calgary on Sunday. The Toronto Raptors started a 6-game road trip on a good note with a 116-111 victory in Memphis. Emmanuel quickly drained 26, while Pascal Siakam added 24 points to give the Raps back-to-back wins. The road swing continues in Sacramento on Friday. Minnesota defeats Boston 3-2 in PWHL action as the last 2 teams to hit the ice in the brand new league. Toronto visits New York on Friday as the first full week of the new women's hockey continues. In weather, the forecast calls for mainly sunny skies with a high of -4 and a low of 8 overnight. As we move towards the weekend, currently it is -7 and cloudy in the Edmonton area. This sports update was brought to you by Green Plan. Whether it's municipal, industrial, or residential, plan it right with Green Plan. This sports update, I'm going to say it again, was brought by Green Plan.
Nicely done.
I'm Jay Milne, and you're up to date.
Yeah.
Hooah!
Let's go, man. That was
Let's
awesome.
go, right? Sorry about that. I wrote that script at like 12:30.
Yeah, so what do we got to fix there?
The Abbotsford Canucks. They were the Heat back in the day.
Forgive me
is
for
weird.
not being up to date on my WHL.
No, that's
Or no, AHL.
Yeah, it's AHL, and that's my bad. And yeah, I like throwing the weather in there. Eric used to do it at the old stop,
I like the weather, too.
and it's a nice little touch. People driving into work now, back from the holidays. It is the bye week, as Gager likes to call it. Some people not back at work. Apparently, are the girls back at school, Jay?
No.
No.
They are back next week.
Nice. Lucky.
Yeah, they're back at school in universities as of today, I believe.
University's back today?
I
Why
believe
go
so.
back on a Thursday?
I don't know.
That's bizarre.
At least I mean that's for I know Lakeland out in Vermilion.
Yeah.
Why I know about Lakeland?
Please
that's
do tell.
That's for me to know and you to not know. No, just kidding.
Based out of Lloydminster, the border city.
Vermilion. Vermilion.
No,
not
Lakeland
Lloydminster.
College. Isn't the main campus in Lloyd?
Stay in your lane, Tom. Stay
I
in your
worked
lane.
news in Lloydminster, and we were at Lakeland all the time. And then sometimes I'd have to go out to the Vermilion campus.
Out to the Vermilion campus because it was about half an hour west of Lloydminster.
Correct.
You said it was in Lloydminster. It's in
But
Vermilion.
no, the main Lakeland campus is in Lloyd.
I don't know.
Where do all the sports teams play? Out of Lloyd.
Okay. You know,
There's a rift between us.
something's happened here.
Something's happened here. It's not the same. I'm kidding. Conch requests, get those in. Paris Jewelers inbox 780-218-9999 or via the nasty chat. Good morning, everyone. It is the Nielson Show here on EST. Gazzola in for Dusty. You got the EST glue guy, Jay Milne, in for Lieutenant Eric. And then YouTube Trev, making sure everything's working just fine as we roll along. Yeah, Gager calls it the bye week, coming back out of the Christmas break, and we're making it work. It's all good. We've got Luke Gazdic coming up at 7, and then we'll have Ian Rapoport around 7:40. We also have kind of easy trivia, 3 questions too many, at 8 o'clock. Get those texts in. If you have questions for 3 questions too many, let us know. I saw someone sent in a bunch of questions at like 5:45. We appreciate you.
We love that.
We love that very, very much. We're in the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio, and we're humming along here. Conch requests, as always, fire them our way. Popeyes, by the way, 5 flavors of wings now available. Signature hot, honey garlic, honey barbecue, garlic parm, ghost pepper, $9.99 for 6 wings. DoorDash, skip the dishes, and Uber Eats is where you can also get them if you're not stopping in yourself at one of the numerous Popeyes locations. We got the new one opening up on 170th Street right away here. You had the ghost peppers, and you said, not that hot.
Not as hot as the original hot.
And I don't think the original hot is overwhelming.
I think they're beautiful, lovely wings. I
Breaded.
might go get some after this.
I'm going to be very hungry. I didn't eat anything this morning. But thank you for the coffee, by the way. Appreciate it.
Well, I have to issue a formal apology.
Why is that?
Is there any way we can zoom in on me, Trev?
I don't think so.
No.
unfortunately.
Okay, we'll get there.
We're not
We'll
there.
get
There are
Baby
there
steps.
are like 8 other cameras in this studio that we don't use.
Bob Loblaw in Lloyd. Set the
He
record
knows.
straight. Lakeland main campus is in Lloyd. Tommy's right.
Thank you, Bob. Blah blah.
My apologies, but and thanks for Bob Loblaw and Lloyd for clarifying that. Vermilion is where the ag division is.
Yes, and the firefighting.
I believe so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I went out there to do a story back in the day.
So that's why I said Lakeland is in Vermilion, because that's the
It
only
is in Vermilion.
part of it that I have ever been associated with was the ag side of it. We've many of our family friends, children that go there.
Yep.
So that's why I know that they're back up and running today. So in a weird way, Tom, we're both right.
Trev almost spit out his drink. Can we get a conch for Bob Loblaw in Lloyd for correcting?
Heck yeah.
He's got my side. Oh.
Lovely. Hey, you know what? We
Thanks,
did a
Bob
weather
Loblaw.
update there. And
Yeah.
how about weather? I mean, this is awesome.
I know. Although I saw a story yesterday saying crews are already preparing for a very busy wildfire season, and I driving through parts of Alberta and into BC to get down to the U.S. last summer. I saw those bad boys up close. It's scary,
Very.
very scary, and it's nasty stuff. So maybe we get some moisture. Or precipitation, whether it's snow or in the spring we get a lot of rain. But we
Well,
are in an El Nino plus global warming, so
I had a interesting question proposed to me.
okay.
Does this mean we only winter is just half over now? Well, maybe a third, because winter really doesn't start till February, right? Like technically, as far
Spring
as temperature,
or
no
wet,
winter.
Oh, winter.
I mean, I know it's winter,
Yeah.
but I mean, we haven't had cold. I mean, you get the odd storm here and there, but
Yeah.
generally mid-January to end of February is when the crux of it is. So,
Get that nasty week of
Yeah.
minus 30.
but I think we've always, or we were getting away with quite a reprieve here.
I know.
No snow.
I told Clausen when he was on the hangout, I'm like, I like this, and he goes, me too, but don't like discount the fact that it could get really dry and it could get bad when things heat up.
Sure.
That's not good.
Here's hoping lots of moisture this spring.
Yeah.
Because just seeing from back home, I think was it the Nielson Show that? Well, I know I brought this up before, but just a lot of the resorts back home, there's like nothing.
That's insane.
And it sucks. It's sad. You have all the people coming to Canada, and they're like, oh, snow, and, all the Aussies and back home,
Yeah.
a lot of people would come to Pincher to Castle to go ski and snowboard, and it's just there's nothing. It sucks. So.
Yeah, that does suck.
Well, I am aware that winter does start on the winter solstice of December 21st.
Rich.
I'm
Operator
aware
Rich
of
says
that.
Yeah.
I'm saying more, reality-wise, temperature-wise, we generally don't see the dreaded part of winter till,
I know what you
well into the new year.
Yeah. You know what's interesting, though, is now that the solstice has happened and the days are slowly but surely getting longer, in like mid-December, when the days were getting super short light-wise, I was like, oh, it just felt so weird this year for whatever reason. Like,
It still feels really dark.
that's true.
Too early. But you know what? The days are getting longer.
Yeah.
Let's celebrate.
Yeah. That's good. Dave the Welder says, Vermilion will always be the main campus to me. Ha! Dave the Welder. And then Chris says, hope in one hand, poop in the other. Wes in Spruce says, I attended Lakeland Vermilion back in the day, 86 to 88. It's been around for a while.
Yeah. Great school.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Tom,
Yeah, go for it.
What are you thinking going into the final weekend here of the NFL?
I know that there's a bunch of there's some win in it get in scenarios. Who is it? Like the Colts game. Whoever wins that.
Colts Texans. Yeah.
Colts Texans. That's going to be a good one. That's on Saturday. Interesting. Pittsburgh needs a win. I know some division titles are on the line as well. I find this 7, and then we're hearing about all these starting quarterbacks, all these stars that are sitting. Yesterday, all the coaches are like, yeah, we're not playing Lamar. Yeah, we're not playing Purdy.
Why would you?
I know, but this 17-week schedule,
Right.
18 for the league overall, is weird. I know that they want that extra revenue. They want to minimize preseason games, which is great. But it's just it makes the flow of the season weird, don't you think?
100%. And I just can't believe that we've waited till week 18 to get the quarterback fantasy Super Bowl matchup that we've all wanted.
Tell me which one it is.
Sam Darnold versus Carson Wentz. I mean, what a game. What a time to be
7
alive.
years ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 seasons ago, this would have been a hell of a matchup.
Yeah.
Hey, yo.
Not so much. I was like, oh, yeah, Sam Darnold. He's still kicking around, huh?
Well, if the Seahawks win against
Yes.
your Cardinals
They probably will.
and Green Bay loses to the up-and-coming Chicago Bears, Seahawks are in.
Yeah.
And by up-and-coming, I mean...
Not so great. Man,
But they locked up the number 1 overall pick.
yeah. Now, if you're the Panthers, you saw what happened with the Panthers owner last week?
Yeah.
He threw the drink, got a $300,000 fine. Like, that organization, like, outside of that or on top of that, that stupid move by David Tepper.
He's just pissed off because they screwed up the draft so bad.
I was going to
last year.
say, like, it went and got Young, right? And they're trying to build him up and get the franchise going in the right direction. How many coaches have they had in the last 4 years? It's like 6 coaches, right?
Well, who's the guy there? Doug Peterson. No. He seems in Jacksonville?
No, in Carolina.
Yeah, Carolina. Right. Yeah, I don't know. They had Frank Reich.
They got rid of him, week 11?
Doesn't seem to be lasting all that long.
No, it's just that organization seems like a mess. I mean, and like the weather a few weeks ago, you saw that game where there was like 50 people in the stands and you could get in for like less than $1. The weather was so bad. It was wet. It was cold. It was miserable. The team sucks.
Oh, lovely.
And tickets were like you could get I saw for like $4, and then people were saying no, you could even get in for less. Like it was like less than $1 for a seat to that game.
Did you see what Justin Fields said in his press conference about Green Bay?
Yeah, like what's the strategy there?
I don't know. For those that missed it, he said something to the effect, don't quote me exactly, but he said, yeah, there's not much to do in Green Bay besides watch football. And
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's
like
good. We need that rivalry, though.
Yeah, of course. It's
I mean,
always going to
that's-
be there, right? Like, but
That's just the thing you need.
stoke the flames.
Yeah, because Green Bay's season, I mean, just trying to think what happens if they get in. I mean, look, or if they win this weekend, if that's a meaningful game for them.
Where's Green Bay at? Like they're in a
Wisconsin,
no, I know physically where it is.
land of the cheese.
Yeah.
Do you know they have
Team-wise.
they're called cheeseheads there?
Jay Milne, everybody. Slow clap. Let's get no, I'm kidding. No conch for that. But just like, are they, because they've got Jordan Love, right?
Yeah, man, he's looked really good.
Are they a team on the rise? Are they kind of stuck in neutral? I've kind of lost interest. I don't know. Well, probably some of it has to do with Aaron Rodgers not being there and getting attention for the team. But
I would say that
they
they
mediocre?
have something with Jordan Love.
okay.
Like he has proven himself to be a talented quarterback in the NFL. He didn't fail like I think a lot of people were expecting or hoping that he would. If you're if you're in the NFC North and you see Jordan Love coming after the Packers have had the riches of Brett Favre followed by Aaron Rodgers, now Jordan Love might actually become something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you must just really, really be ticked off about that, because that's just I mean, you look at that team and the quarterbacks they've had over the past 2 decades. I mean, They've had the dominant quarterback
Yes.
in the NFC North for many a year. So, no, but I do think that Jordan Love could be something
Could
special.
be special.
To be determined. Dave the Welder said they used to have a bar in Vermilion called the Shack. That at one time was the old pig barn. It was a great on-campus bar. The Shack. Maybe we should drive out there. Go for a visit. Go for a little bevy at the Shack.
Yeah.
You in, Tom?
I'll get back to you on that.
We've got to stop this, Tom.
780-218-9999. Paris Jewelers inbox. Get your conch requests in. Is anything going on, or is everyone kind of in that post-Christmas New Year's malaise? If you want to shout out anybody, birthday conches, we've got about 14 minutes left. It is the Nielson Show, Gazzola and Milne, alongside YouTube Trev. And we've got Luke Gazdic on the way just after 7 o'clock. Ian Rapoport as we head into Week 18 of the National Football League schedule. And then we've also got I Got Beef. If you've got some beef, we want to hear from you. Brought to you by Acme Meats. Corey the Butcher. Go say hi to him over there. I have some beef. I was really fired up about something last week, and this week I've kind of mellowed out on it. But YouTube Trev, if you got beef, you got to...
Are we doing I Got Beef right now?
No, it's later.
Oh, okay,
I'm just
nice.
getting us ready for it.
Yeah. I need to think.
Jay Milne, think of some beef that you might have. You're very easygoing.
Where do you want to start?
Well, wherever you want. I'm good with it. But that's later on in the show. So we got a great show for you.
Wasn't the
as
Epstein
always.
list just released?
Yeah. David Copperfield was on it.
Oh, man.
Speaking of that, how about Aaron Rodgers claiming that Jimmy Kimmel was on it, and then Kimmel coming back at him with, threats of a lawsuit?
Yeah.
I know those two don't like each other, and I know Kimmel's taking shots at Rodgers, but Rodgers has become a cuckoo. As brilliant as he is on the field, he's a cuckoo. He's listening to Dolphins' mate to help him heal from his torn Achilles.
You've never done that?
Not yet. I haven't torn my Achilles, knock on wood. But some of this, I know he's great on Pat McAfee, and McAfee's a lot of fun to watch, whether he's on NFL broadcasts or he's on his show, which he's done a brilliant job of turning into an absolute juggernaut of a show. This is a great example of where, broadcast is going in terms of evolving to the type of content. It's not the rigid old style of sports shows. Those have a place. Those still exist. But some of the crap that Rodgers has said and done, you're just what are you doing, man? What are you doing? And I used to really appreciate Aaron Rodgers on the field and off the field. I'm he's living the quarterback rock star life, prototypical. You're that is supposed to be what a superstar championship NFL quarterback does. You date supermodels, you date actresses from Hollywood. You go out there, you dance at a Taylor Swift concert, but don't go and tell people stupid crap. And when you pick a fight with somebody in the world of celebrity, maybe be a little bit smart about it, because that was dumb. And I know Kimmel and him don't like each other. Again, I'll reiterate that, but this Epstein stuff, that guy was twisted and messed up, and the people that were doing the stuff that he was involved with also twisted and messed up. And if you are not one of those people, which I think 99.999% of the population isn't, don't say that publicly, that someone like Jimmy Kimmel is probably on the list. That was bad, man. That's a bad look. Mm-hmm. If you're going to knock him for something, but do it with merit, and don't go down that dark, disgusting corridor.
Yeah. And we should probably, this is a touchy subject for sure.
I know, but it's a thing, because Kimmel's threatening a lawsuit. This is a guy in the NFL who, anytime he does anything, gets attention, in Aaron Rodgers, and rightly so. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, I mean, Jason Lynn the Duke says it best. Rodgers is living proof that you don't need to be smart to be a football player.
Yeah, that's fair. Jason
Rip
Lynn
City
Duke,
Step. Even Rodgers' family doesn't like him.
I know. Well, wasn't his brother on The Bachelor?
Yeah,
or
we talked
something?
about this.
Yeah.
He was on The Bachelor, and yeah,
There was beef there.
You know what?
Good point.
Screw it. Northside Adam We need to conch him up. He said, checking in, conch for this weather, please.
Yeah.
He broke his snow shovel last year and hasn't needed to get a new one. Winning. Conch it up.
What's up, Northside Adam? Good to hear from him. 780-218-9999, Paris Jewelers inbox. We've got about 9 minutes, not even, of conches. So if you want to get one in, shout out to somebody or yourself for whatever reason. Let us know, or via the nasty chat here on the Nielsen Show. Gazzola and Milne alongside YouTube. Trev, Joel says, beautiful weather in northern Ontario. A dusting of snow, I see, with the photo.
I saw that. That's amazing.
That's great. There's a huge storm that's like rolling west coast through, but it's in the U.S. I wonder if we get hit with any of that. It doesn't look like, I saw the radar map, but it didn't look like it was getting anywhere near good old our town.
Radar maps really, they're tough to read anyhow.
Well,
Yeah, but
now that you do weather, you should be able to break them down.
Well, what we have here is called a low pressure system rolling through. And an old, what was it? Do you remember Jim Matheson?
I remember Bill Matheson.
Or Bill Matheson.
I know Jim Matheson.
No. Sorry, Freudian slip.
All
Bill
good.
Matheson, the weatherman from ITV.
Yes.
He was fun to watch. Like,
He was.
That guy delivered the weather.
That's
with
television.
conviction.
Yes.
And he used to hand draw everything. Remember?
Yep. He had
The old Idaho High or something like that.
Yeah.
He had different names for all these weather systems that were moving in. I really miss him. He passed away, didn't he?
He did pass away. He was a brilliant local broadcaster and a legend. Yeah. I remember when
Isn't the studio named after him now or something like
I'm
that?
not sure. I haven't been in there in a long time. It might be, but I know when he retired, they raised that the weather board that he used with the whiteboard marker, and they put it in the rafters.
It should be in
it
the
was
rafters.
great, and I don't know. To me he was always entertaining. I loved him for sure. So that is a great blast from the past. Hey, how about a conch for Bill Matheson?
Idaho Low, that's right.
Idaho Low. Buzz in Nebraska says, that's a good weather day. In Nebraska, I've been through there. What's up, Buzz? Good morning. 780-218-9999. What's going on in the nasty chat?
Bones came in on the text line and said, the most dreaded of all meteorological phenomenon, the Siberian High.
Yes.
Keep your eye on the Idaho High.
Belanaski bringing up
Belanaski, too.
Yeah, he's in on it. Baker Lake. He introduced the world to Baker Lake.
Of course.
Yeah. And then Andrew says, Rodgers has gone off his rocker quite a bit. He has. It's unfortunate.
The question came in on the text line. Hey, gents, do you think there's anything up with Evander Kane? If he stays
he's
on
hurt.
the line, he is now getting the ice time he's currently getting, but the team keeps winning. Do you think a downward spiral begins to creep back?
He's hurt. We just need to remind everyone he's not 100%. Hasn't been for a while. He's nicked up. I'll remind people that he almost didn't even play against Anaheim. That's why Raphael Lavoie got called up in an emergency basis. Played that game against LA, and then Kane sat that one out, and they were saying Kane was a game-time decision for Friday against the Ducks. Ended up taking warm-up and played the other night. He's been nicked up for a while now, and that probably has to do with his lack of production. Although he did score against the Ducks. It's just you're not seeing Evander Kane do things that he can do and usually does when he's 100% healthy, and his style of play makes him susceptible to injury. He's a big guy. He's physical, skates well. Sounds like the issue right now is groin. Before, I think it might have been something else, but that's where Kane's at. So I know his production isn't where it was earlier in the season, where he was very good. He was one of the early consistent players for the team, but he's been banged up. So that's kind of where he's at. And that's why I think this Ryan McLeod left wing with Leon Draisaitl and Warren Fogle thing ultimately will be temporary. But right now it's great. It's rocking. You let that thing ride, baby. until it goes dry. He's playing very well, right?
Very well. His brother had 2 goals last night.
Mikey,
Yeah.
best face-off man in the league.
For real?
Him and Ryan could do a little work in the offseason to help Ryan, who
Yeah.
I think personally ends up back at center. I think that's still the plan, in my opinion. Although let's see where this thing goes. But again, keep in mind, what are we, like 6 games into McLeod playing, 5 games, 6 games playing left wing with Draisaitl. It's going very well. Reiterate that. But Kane's he's nicked up. That's
McLeod's fast, right? He's
very
a fast skater.
Very fast.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
He sure looks fast out there.
He's quick.
Kenworth Kelly says, on a lighter note and still football related,
Okay.
who do you guys think the Bears will select with their first overall pick? Or do you think they will deal it for more picks?
Who's the quarterback that's supposed to go? Is it a quarterback this year that's supposed to go first?
Well, there's a few quarterbacks,
Yeah.
none of them being Michael Penix Jr., who will get into discussion about
He's
the college football playoffs.
Older too, right?
Yeah, he's 24 years
Yeah.
old, but he's older and still playing due to injury. Now, to answer your question, Kentworth Kelly,
You take this
if
one.
the Bears had not started improving, and because they got the number 1 overall pick
Right.
through via Carolina, so if the Bears had continued to falter, and let's say they ended up with a first overall pick and a 6th or 5th,
Right.
I could see them moving that number 1 overall pick, right? Because
Who
you
would
now
want
have
it? Who wants the number 1 pick?
who doesn't want it? I mean,
don't know.
that's coveted.
Arizona,
If
but-
you're loaded up and you're just, you have the, the wherewithal or the leverage to move and trade a player for that pick or something like that, that's where you could go and trade it, say, for, you have the 6th overall, you trade your first for a 8th and a mid-first rounder and a 2nd rounder.
Sure.
And load up picks. I
Right.
get that.
Right.
I don't think now that they have that luxury because I think they're going to fall further in the draft, further down the first round anyhow. So I believe they're going to take Marvin Harrison Jr. out of Ohio State. I think that is a game changer.
Yeah.
Now, it depends. It depends. Do you believe that, Kenworth Kelly, do you believe that Justin Fields is the guy? It's a big question.
Isn't that the debate right now?
Huge debate.
Where are we leaning? Where is the consensus among the populace when it comes to Fields?
He's gotten better. He's
Okay.
gotten better. Now, is it the coaching there or is it Justin
idea.
Fields? I think Justin Fields is the guy.
Yeah.
I think he can be the guy that carries the mail for the Chicago Bears. Surrounding yourself now with an elite pass catcher in Marvin Harrison junior If that doesn't work, then something's up. And I think there's going to be some changes there in the coaching staff in the offseason as well.
Chicago's been stuck in the muck for a while, hasn't it?
Coaching carousel, man.
Yeah.
Their coaching stinks. Their coaching has stunk for a while. They've had Justin Fields is a decent, is a manageable, serviceable quarterback.
Right.
He could even be Mike Vick style quarterback if you open it up and and used his talents.
Right.
Right? They're trying to make this a pocket passer, which he's not. He's simply not. He's somebody that can, like you like to say, Tommy, shake and bake.
Shake and bake, baby.
Right? That's Justin Fields, and you need to embrace that and use it rather than trying to force him to become a pocket guy.
You don't restrict artists. You don't put them in a box. You let them flow.
You let him go, baby.
You let them go. All right. Keep those text requests coming in. How about a conch for the first hour of the show? YouTube, Trev, bless you. You keep sneezing over there. You okay?
Yeah, I don't know why I'm sneezing, but I hope the audio didn't pick up on that.
No, I just noticed. I'm
Yeah.
worried about you.
Yeah, no, we're
Well,
good.
let's do
We're
this
good.
one. 1 year ago, this is from Fergie's prostate.
Okay, let's get it to Fergie.
1 year ago, the doctors at the Alex saved my life from a heart attack.
Yes.
This will be the final conch of the morning hour. This one goes out to Fergie's prostate.
A little red wine for Fergie's prostate. Good morning, Fergie. Great to hear from you, as always, pal. And, all right, Jay, you ready for another sports update?
Of course I am.
Yeah, buddy. All right. Sports update coming up with Jay Milne, EST Glue Guy.
This sports update was brought to you by Universal Rewind, industrial electric motor sales and servicing many industries we rely on daily, from agriculture and aggregates to food processing and industrial manufacturing. Choose expertise, experience, quality. Choose Universal Rewind. Yeah. It was a quiet night in the NHL. Austin Matthews tallied the OT winner as the Leafs beat the Ducks. The Devils managed to double up the Capitals in the other game. Lane Peterson scored twice as the Bakerfield Condors rallied from a 3-goal deficit in the third period to defeat the Abbotsford Canucks in a shootout 6-5. Olivier Rodrigue stopped 27 of 32 shots to improve his record to 6-2-3 this season. In WHL action, the Edmonton Oil Kings continue to ride a heater to 5-0-1 in their last 6 games after defeating the Kamloops Blazers 3-1. The Toronto Raptors started a 6-game road trip on a good note with a 116-111 victory in Memphis. Emmanuel quickly drained 26 while Pascal Siakam added 24 points to give the Raps back-to-back wins. The road swing continues in Sacramento on Friday. In the PWHL, Minnesota defeats Boston 3-2 as the last 2 teams to hit the ice in the brand new league. Toronto visits New York on Friday as the first full week of the new Women's Hockey League continues. EST weather today calls for mainly sunny skies with a high of -4 and a low of 8 overnight as we move towards the weekend. Currently, Tom.
Yes.
Currently, Tom.
Tell me.
Currently, it's -8 and overcast in Edmonton. This Sports Rewind was brought to you by Universal Rewind, industrial electric motor sales and servicing all the industries that we rely on.
Yeah.
My name is Jay Milne, and you're up to date.
Yes, Jay Milne. His sports updates are rocking. Let's do a quick reset. When we come back, Luke Gazdic to break down what we saw in the National Hockey League yesterday and take a look ahead as well. Well, we lost the song.
We need the song back. Could we replay the
Can we
song?
work on that?
I will give it a go here,
happened
but that
I want to listen to
That was groovy.
that's
Right?
the
I
first.
started
That's
playing
that's
bass.
a EST first for me. I don't know. Okay, here, wait.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom.
It's
Boom, boom, boom.
Let's reset.
let's see if this works. I don't know what happened there.
Whatever. We didn't need a break.
Darn it.
Fix it, Trev. Fix it,
Okay,
Trev.
I'll get on this.
It's hour number 2 of the Nielson Show. I don't know what happened to the music.
Joelle says it's -14 where she is.
Yeah, but Joelle's not in the Edmonton area.
Oh.
Remember, she sent in the photo from Northern Ontario.
Oh, that was the same. Okay, see,
Yeah.
I'm learning here.
I got you.
Forgive me. You know, this is a really nice, kind words from a fellow named Pissed Off Graham.
Oh, what's up, pissed off,
I'm
Graham?
surprised. Really, I am. Given the name, I had no idea that kind comments would come. He doesn't sound pissed off right now. Listening to this show is like walking into a blues bar and just be blown away by the talent on stage. Music to my ears. G from South Yegg.
I like that. Pissed off Graham's a pretty good alias, though. But he's G from South Yegg today.
I like it. I like it.
In this new system, with our new inbox, we can save people's names so we know who they are. But they used to have to sign their names when they would text us before, and some of the names are actually pretty funny. But Pissed Off Graham, who goes by G from South Yegg today, good morning. Thanks for the kind words. We appreciate it. It is the Nielson Show, hour number 2. Gazzola in for Dusty. He just got back from Davos calling the Spangler Cup. You've got Jay Milne, EST Glue Guy, in for Lieutenant Eric. Eric is under the weather. Get well soon. We want you to get well